Okay, so our live stream is going to start in about 1 minute. This live stream is going to be on the NewTek NDI, which was just released 2 days ago, March 16th. Today is March 18th, 2016. And we're really excited about this because it's going to be a game changer for the broadcast industry, for the live streaming industry. And I'm actually, it's all going to come out at NAB, and I'm actually presenting from, believe it or not, our NAB booth. This is our NAB booth here. So we're going to be looking at that a little bit. It's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be fun. But I won't ruin all the surprises yet. We got about 28 seconds till our live stream is going to go live, which is a great thing. Anyone who wants to can ask questions in the chat during this live stream. So I'll just say hi, everyone. I will be answering questions during the live stream here. So we've got our live chat going. Bunch of us are excited about taking a look at this. So without further ado, let's get started. So what is the NewTek NDI? We are going to go into that. This is episode 18. It's a free live streaming well, there's some free live streaming applications that there's some free ones, there's some paid ones. We're going to go over all of them in this webinar. So without further ado, let's jump right into my presentation that we have prepared here. And below you are going to see that we have a little ticker showing you how to join the webinar if you'd like to join the webinar completely. And you can also call in to ask questions as well. So all of that is live. Now before we even talk about the NewTek NDI, we have to credit Dr. Andrew Cross, who is really the pioneer of this technology. It's, in a nutshell, a low latency live streaming video and audio protocol that is being developed, and it's really going to change the way we think about our IP workflow. Sorry about that little mistake there, but it's going to, you know, SDI has become such a big thing in the live streaming industry. Now we might be transitioning over to all IP, and not only is it going to be a good thing for the industry in general, you know, situations where we had to say no, that can't be done, now we can just say yes, because with networking so much more is going to be possible. It's finally going to be affordable, and it's finally going to be effective. So before we get fully into it, I do want to mention that PTZ Optics has our Gen 2 products now available, and it's perfect timing because we're implementing H.265, which is a high efficiency codec for live streaming, and we are implementing 3G SDI, which is 1080p at 60 frames a second. Both of these announcements are key for our integration with the NewTek NDI. So all will be, you know, revealed at NAB. Hopefully you can make it to the show. We're going to be demonstrating the NewTek NDI and all of its ins and outs. And then we have a webinar March 22nd, so next Tuesday, where we're going to be going over all of the Gen 2 information and everything. So it's kind of working in parallel with the NewTek NDI and what we've been able to accomplish just internally with our live streaming and kind of ability to go over everything. So let's take, in this video, we're not specifically just going over the NewTek NDI in this live stream. We're also going to be talking about the apps. We're really talking about the apps, and what the apps are is basically there's a free version of the apps, and there's also a paid version of some of the apps. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over them all, and I'm going to go ahead and take full screen a document here. This is called the NewTek NDI Playbook, and it's available. You can download it right from slideshare.com. Go to slideshare.com, type in NewTek NDI, and you can download this this document here that we're going to go over, so you can have it for your to talk to with your customers, to enjoy, you know, and work with. So this is what we're going to be going over. A quick intro. So we'll go over a quick introduction of what the NDI is. Then we'll go over the apps themselves, right? So what are the apps? There's about 8 to 12 new apps from NewTek that are out. Then we're going to look at how it's going to work in the professional broadcast, in education, house of worship, sales and marketing, and then we'll end with NAB and what we're going to what you're going to be able to see there. Maybe talk about a couple of the new things. So the NewTek NDI from Andrew Cross, the CEO there, they've been really pushing it. I was at a trade show this week where NewTek, the day before the 16th, they let a couple things slip, and I was able to take some notes and learn about these apps that really make NDI great. So the NDI could be on a TriCaster. It could be on another piece of software that integrates with the NDI. And then what it does is it brings all these different endpoints together. So as you can see from my diagram here, we've got a bunch of different apps, and I'm going to go over just a couple of them here. One of them is called the NDI Scan Converter. So the NDI Scan Converter is a Windows application that you could install on a computer, and it would scan whatever is on your PC and turn it into a video source that you could send to your TriCaster or to another NDI capable system. We also have a video monitor. So that means you could have this video monitor Windows application on your PC somewhere and monitor exactly what's going on your TriCaster and monitor an NDI source. There's also something called an NDI webcam. That's part of the NDI Connect app as well. And it allows you to just take your webcam and turn it into an NDI source. Again, just really making it easy to send video over the network directly to your overall plan, which is to take all of these apps and all of these different various sources, bring them into your live video production system. So that's really the overall goal. So with the NDI webcam we're going to talk about, there's something called NDI Connect, which allows you to connect up to 4 video sources and send them over the network. And that's really great for, like, I don't know if anyone knows about the AHA 4KIO, but various different pieces of equipment that you can bring into a computer. Well, you can now use the NDI Connect app to connect those to your computer and stream them right over your network to your TriCaster. There's also an ISO recorder. What that does, and we will go over it a little bit in this webinar, is it will allow you to record multiple channels or multiple sources directly to a computer on your network. And then finally there's a VLC plugin, and that's a favorite of mine. I know it's a favorite of some of my engineers because VLC is a free application that there's so many things you can do with for live streaming and different applications, and they've just made a plugin that allows you to turn whatever you can take in the VLC and stream to directly to an NDI output. So that's what the apps, those are just a little overview of the apps, a little bit about NewTek, and a little bit about the NDI. So we will go over all of that, and we'll just go to my next slide here. So here's just a little overview. Again, there's a couple more that I didn't get to go over yet. So let's just take a quick look at those. AirSend is one that is a bridge for your existing video workflow to an NDI production workflow. You can use it to update and enable a third-party system, device, or application that uses AirSend. The ISO recorder, which we mentioned, you can record and encode up to 2 sources in high-quality QuickTime format and 8 channels of audio. There's add-ons, there's the data link, a file reader, remote control, so you could take remote control of your TriCaster. Video send, and obviously video send goes both ways. And then there's more information on all of this. There's a little, I just put a little link here for everyone. If needed, you can just go right to the NDI. This is where all of this information comes back from, the newtek.com/NDI, and this is where all this information is well documented, and you can download and learn all about the different SDKs. And then this one here is actually, more than it might look like. The tool pack is the one that includes all of the different group manager, the scan converter, the test platforms, the VLC plugin, all of those things. Again, take a look at the minimum system requirements. You do need an i3 NUC or an i3 computer with with Windows Vista or better, and 6 gigabytes of RAM is what they're asking for. So that's where all that information comes from. So now let's take a look at how this could actually be used in an application. So let's go ahead and just go down a little further here. And so here's a use case scenario that I wanted to go over, and this is a use case scenario for the broadcast industry. So let's say you have a TriCaster in your main area here. So we've got our TriCaster over here, and the TriCaster is on the network. So it's been connected to the network, and now with NDI, we can now connect it via any of these apps. So what do you want to do? Well, let's say we want to have a separate computer that just handles all of the recording for you. Well, we can install the ISO Recorder app over here, and it's on the same local area network, and now that computer can handle, exactly what I mentioned earlier. I think it was 2 separate channels and 8 channels of audio directly to a laptop, or let's say a dedicated computer with an i3 processor. You can also, the other thing we're showing here is maybe you want to use the remote control app. So maybe, your TriCaster operators are doing enough, their workflow is already too busy, and you want to just have someone remotely, on the same network, add additional information here. So are you integrating, I'm going to answer a couple questions here, sorry about that. Are you integrating NDI into your Gen 2 cameras? Gen 2 cameras will not include NDI. Do you have some video from places with very good light? I'd like to use it for concerts. Yes, we do. It's available on our website. Look for test footage on the menu. So yeah, just keep asking questions if you guys have questions. Sorry, I forgot to look at it for a second there. But yeah, let's keep going. So again, so we talked about how you could have we talked about how you could have an ISO recorder on your network. We talked about maybe having a remote control of your TriCaster. You could also have the scan converter or the Connect app. And basically, the difference there is that the scan converter is really just meant to be a desktop capture. So capture whatever's on your desktop, send it to the NewTek NDI. The Connect app is a little bit more advanced. That's where you could use you could have up to 4 video channels, and there's a Pro and a Basic option for that. The Pro, just so you know, does cost $999, and the Connect app, the scan converter is the free version of that, so it's just for desktop capture. But you could just imagine some of the workflows that can go on now, because I'm always using frame grabbers all the time and to capture content and bring it into my live stream. Well, now with the Connect app or the scan converter, there's no need to purchase that that frame grabber. I can just do it right over my network. So it just eliminates the need for a frame grabber, which can save you money. It's going to create budgets. It's going to make things a lot easier to use. So again, let's take a look at it from another perspective, maybe an educational standpoint. So if we're in an educational area and we've got our main broadcast studio that's got the NewTek NDI on it, it's upgraded with the Advanced Edition, which does require, for the NewTek NDI, you need the Advanced Edition. We can have a laptop with the NDI Connect. So the NDI Connect app, again, allows you to connect multiple sources. One of them can be a webcam. Another one would be a video source. We haven't got our hands on testing all of this, but ideally this is what should be able to happen, is that you could have a classroom or a lecture hall or someplace in your educational area where you can just send video and audio directly to the broadcast studio, as opposed to needing any other source. So that's a really nice way to handle it as well. And then again, we're showing the remote control app. So if you're not in the studio or you need another operator to do a certain task during the live broadcast workflow, you can do so with that remote control app. In a house of worship area, you know, a lot of places have outreach programs. They have multiple churches on the same network. Again, we can use the NDI Connect app to basically either send or receive video. So you might want to send the video from like the main congregation, the main church for that live streaming event, and then cut to the local content that you have on your local smaller church that just pulls in the stuff from the main church and then starts to broadcast their own show and wraps it up with their internal congregation. So there's a lot of different case studies here. Let's look at one more. Here's a sales and marketing case study. A lot of places use the TriCaster to create marketing videos. Now you have the ability to remotely control that system, remotely record that system, send a remote so let's say your CEO wants to have a 30-second blurb in one of your commercials. Well, he can use his webcam, and he can literally send 1080p video over your network directly to your marketing video. So all will be revealed at NAB. You can see here we have a green screen area, where we're going to be doing like live streaming and showing the virtual sets and different things. We have the NewTek TriCaster area where we have a TriCaster Mini with the advanced NDI software. So we should be able to start playing around with the NDI right away and showing off all of its major benefits. So that has been our overview of the NewTek NDI apps. Again, I'm definitely here to answer any questions. Let's see, we got a couple more here. What is your time frame for integrating NDI into your projects, your products? I would say 3 to 6 months with stop gaps in between. So what I mean by that is today, with the NDI Connect app and our USB cameras, you can enable NDI today. So today you could literally, with these apps, connect PTZ optics 20x USB or 12